Hello saxophone players, Miss Geist here, and we're gonna do a little bit of review from the first two videos. This is video number 3, and a little bit of review, and then we're gonna go into hand placement, okay? So as you should know, we all should have a neck plug, okay? I'm not too keen on those little fuzzy things that go all the way down, but if you bought one, I guess it's okay. But don't go out and buy one of those fuzzy things. You should just have a neck plug. Make sure you have them. I have some extras if you want them, okay? So next thing is, most of you followed directions and put your neck inside of a sock. Thank you for following directions. I'm sure there's a sock around your house that you can get, okay? That means you watched my video. I appreciate it. Now the next part is, remember when we grabbed the saxophone, some of you were grabbing the saxophone by these really weak keys. We don't pick up the saxophone from the keys. They're gonna bend, all right? Because they're really thin and they're not very sturdy. So the saxophone's heavy. So you have some options. You can pick it up by the bell like we talked about in class, or you can pick it up by the heavy part, the big heavy chunk right there. You can carry it with that. But please don't grab the saxophone by these really small keys. You're going to bend them, okay? That's kind of common sense there, so be careful with that. Next thing is, we don't start with the neck, right? We start with the mouthpiece. We gotta make sure we have that cap on there. I believe most of you guys have the cap, so great job for having that, and your rental company is giving that to you. Remember, we're supposed to have at least 4 reeds inside of your case because they do break and we want to be prepared, okay? So I'm gonna wet that pretty fast, put that on. You're gonna take some practice, okay? It's not gonna go really fast at first. We talked about that a lot in class. You guys look really good. And so next part is, when you come to class, first thing you put on is your neck strap. Now this is the part that's getting everyone, okay? Your neck strap is not so easy to move up and down like mine. Mine's a very expensive one. So what you guys are gonna have to do is learn how to open it up and pull it up like that. That's how most of yours works. So practice that at home so I don't have to go around and waste time in class to pull all your neck straps up. That's what I've been doing all week long. So make sure you practice that, okay? Then you latch it onto your saxophone. Remember, we said never to trust the neck strap, okay? I don't want to see you walking around with just trusting this little tiny plastic piece, okay? It's gonna break. I've seen it happen millions of times during my career. So always have another hand on it. Don't just let it dangle, okay? Bad news. So now we got that going. We put our neck on. Remember, we talked about not stripping the threads on the screw. You always have to unscrew it, not all the way, but enough to loosen it up. Then you put the neck in, you twist. We don't, some of you, I saw you kind of pressing down. We don't do that, we twist it. Now, if it's stuck, couple things. That means you're probably not using your neck plug and it's bent. That's why the neck plug is in there. Second thing is, it's probably just dirty, not with dirt, just because it's metal on metal, okay? And again, I'm not trusting my neck strap. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take you can take a wet wipe or a cloth, polishing cloth, and I'm going around and I'm cleaning this off, okay? That metal there. What else do? I take it and I do the inside. And sure enough, it's pretty dirty. Again, you can take a wet wipe, or you can take your polishing cloth or any kind of cloth, really, it doesn't matter. Clean that out, and the neck will go in very nicely. Bam, look at that, okay? So then I move the neck so it fits my body shape. I'm gonna have to do that a little bit more. There you go. Then I tighten it up. Again, once it's tight, I don't want to move my neck. I have to unscrew it to move my neck. Don't force it and move it. You will strip the threads and they're not fixable, not repairable, okay? So unscrew when you have to, adjust the neck, then tighten it up when you're done. Now, you're going to put your mouthpiece on, okay? And mine needs some cork grease. Can you hear it? So it needs cork grease. A lot of you are very good about doing that every day, okay? Cork grease it, that's why you have it. you run out, it's only like $1 at the music store. So make sure you use your cork crease. The mouthpiece should go on halfway for now. Just push it halfway. We don't want it hanging off the side or hanging off the edge like that. That's not enough. And we don't want it pushed all the way in, okay? Yeah, that really does need some more cork crease. All right, hard part now is knowing where to put your fingers. Actually, that's not the hard part. The hard part is being able to adjust your neck strap so the mouthpiece comes up to you. We want to stand up tall and proud with our shoulders back, all right? Up tall and our head up tall also. So I'm gonna raise the neck strap up just a little bit more. This is too high, right? And this is too low. We don't want to bend down to the saxophones. A lot of you guys are bending down to play the saxophone. We don't want to do that. You're going to get a backache. Lift it up and bring the saxophone to you. And we talked about letting it dangle to the right. Okay, let it dangle down. Don't hold the saxophone up like that. Let it relax on your hip. All right, now you take your right hand. This is the confusing part for some of us. Take your right hand and you put it underneath that thumb rest. We do not want your thumb all the way over here, okay? You want to put it right where your fingernail and your skin come together, your cuticle. So don't go like that. We don't want that. We want that thumb right there. Your other thumb goes on the top. Some of you have a black piece of plastic right there. You put your thumb on that. And your thumb should be ready to hit that octave key. That's called an octave key. Don't worry about it. Sometimes this moves and sometimes it doesn't. You don't have to worry about that right now, okay? But for right now, if I say put your octave key down, you put that down. Otherwise, you just stick it right there. Your other thumb right there. Right hand thumb at the bottom. Now, how to place your fingers. Our pinkies are not going to press anything down right now. Very important. Our pinkies do not press anything down for quite a while. So, your first finger, the left hand on the top, your first finger is going to go on the second pearl. Some of you don't have this pearl at the top. Most of you have a piece of metal. It looks like a little key there. Okay, so don't put it on that first key. We want to put it on that key right there. Then we skip the baby one. There's a tiny baby one there. We skip that, and then we go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to call that finger 1, finger 2, finger 3. So if I say put down 1 and 2, 1, 2. If I say put down 1, you're going to put down 1. If I say put down 3, you're going to press all 3 at the same time. All right? Now your other hand's pretty easy. Bam, it just goes on the 3 pearls. That one's pretty simple. Again, our pinky does not press anything down. Now the hard part. I'm pressing down 1, 2, 3. I cannot bump. You guys have tiny fingers. Do not bump these side keys. When you bump those side keys, because your fingers are too tiny, you're going to squeak and squawk. So those keys have to be closed. There's also some keys down here that some of us are kind of pushing onto. We don't want to open any of those keys. That's why you're going to get a bad sound. Okay? So you hold your thumb out. Like I said, that will help you not bump those keys. And then you put your thumb out here. That will also help you not bump those side keys. You have plenty of space there. See that? I'm not bumping those side keys right now. Now, a couple of you, actually a lot of you, when I said 1, 2, 3, you put them down after you start playing. You have to put those fingers down before you start playing. See, my fingers are already down. What if I said 1, 2? My fingers are down. What if I said 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3. Now I'm adding both hands. I'm adding both hands there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, they're all down at the same time before I play the note. Now that note I just played, I pressed my thumb key down. That's called an octave key. Remember I just said that? I'm going to be able to tell who watched my videos because you guys are going to know the answer to these questions. So I'm going to press my octave key down with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to hold it for a long time, long tones. And again, my saxophone's dangling to the right. No puffy cheeks, not too much mouthpiece. We don't want to gag, right? We don't want to put so much mouthpiece on. And we want our bottom lip under and our top lip rolled, just relaxed, all right? Not rolled out or in, just relaxed. And our teeth are at the top there, just like we talked about in class, okay? Long tones are the best thing to practice in the whole wide world. And again, I'm not bumping my side keys. I'm gonna try one right now. First finger, that's a B. Most of you already know that. It's a B. Again, I'm taking a big breath. Hold it at least 10 seconds. If you can do 15, that would be even better. Now, we kind of touched on tonguing in most schools. And again, you see I'm lifting it up. I'm lifting it up either by the thick part or by the belt. Now, we kind of started talking about tonguing in class a little bit. I don't want to say too much because if you think too hard, we're going to make it just too difficult. So your tongue touches and pulls itself away. Touches that part of the reed and it pulls it away. Just like you say, T, 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 T. You're using your tongue. If you watch my face and my throat, nothing is moving. I'm not moving my jaw. I'm not stopping my air. My air's still going. I take a deep breath too. I don't want to hear. That's not using my tongue. That's using my air to stop it. So I'm going to keep my air consistent and interrupt it with my tongue. Every note for now starts with your tongue. Every single note, including the first one. All right, so that's a lot to think about in another lesson, but we'll keep adding on. This will probably be the only lesson in the next 2 weeks. So practice your tonguing, practice long tones, and I want to see that saxophone held up correctly and your fingers in all the right spots. All right, keep practicing.